Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm covering 90 Day Fiance season 7 episode 11. This episode was okay. I'm getting very tired of the series and very tired of the couples, especially because we're just watching couples break up and fall apart, which is not fun because the whole point of 90 Day Fiance is for you to see the wedding at the end. And I feel like maybe 50% of them are gonna get married because you've only technically seen Juliana's wedding, or you've seen of her wedding, and there's other people who are on the verge of getting married, but yet you haven't seen much movement. You saw Annie get a dress, but there's been no other talks about the wedding. Tanya and Sinjin, so I'm kind of wondering, when is the season gonna actually come to an end, and is it gonna be like 2 episodes of just a whole bunch of marriages? Because right now it doesn't seem like anybody's close to getting married. So with that being said, let's start off with Michael and Juliana. So this was a very touching segment. Their segment was touching. It's just them getting together. I felt really bad for Juliana that her parents or her family didn't text her, because were they hating on her, or were they just due to the time difference? Because they should have said something, at least a congratulations or something. It was nice that her 2 friends were there, and it was really nice that the messages her friends sent her, because it's very hard not being with the people you care about on your magical day. So, but as far as I can tell, I don't like that Sarah is the officiant. Is that what you call it? Because that's really weird, and I felt like Sarah could have, dressed up a little bit more. I know it's a backyard wedding, but still. Juliana looked breathtaking in her dress. But that's kind of it with them. There wasn't much. Michael was talking to his friends, kind of reminiscing, and kind of doing some reflections. But otherwise than that, that's it with them. So next we have Tanya and Sinjin. So Tanya is being a trash human being once again. So this takes place after the car fight, and it seems like they're on okay grounds, and they're going to see some kind of spiritual guidance person or something like that. I don't know what the point of having her there, because if she were to say like, oh, both of your planets don't align, you guys won't be good together, would they actually break up? So I don't see the point of them seeking her guidance or her advice. So they get on the topic of soulmates, and Tanya has revealed to Sinjin that she doesn't necessarily see him as her soulmate. She saw her first love as her soulmate, but Sinjin is someone who she really loves and cares about, which, being on the end of it, does not sound the greatest. It sounds like, I really liked him, but you're good too. Like, you're good. And it would make anyone feel like crap. So I understand that Sinjin's in his feelings. He's kind of debating whether he should do this, which he's not going nowhere. And I feel like Tanya is so self-righteous and so like, la, 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 like, this is what I'm gonna do, and like, I feel like she's not very considerate, and she doesn't really take into account other people's feelings when she does things. And I felt like she kind of like blew over the whole fact that you never thought of Sinjin as your soulmate. I'd rather you just say something like, I don't believe in soulmates, or sure, we'll be soulmates for life, but like, this is someone you're trying to basically be with forever, and you're putting doubts in their mind because of what you thought about your first love. So it would definitely put doubts in my mind, and I wouldn't think that you are really in it for me because there's someone else that you feel like fits the part a bit better. So Tanya continues to act like a trash person, but there's nothing we can do about it. So next we have Emily and Sasha. So they leave Emily's sister's house and go down to where Emily grew up. Sasha likes it there. Sasha could see himself settling there, and Emily has been letting him know that their money is almost running out, which I don't know how much money they had for it to almost be running out, because it seemed like they just got there, and that they need to move up the wedding in order to get married quicker. So I guess so they can apply for his green card, and she obviously needs to go find a job. She said okay. Well, sorry, he said okay. She goes wedding dress shopping. I'm not feeling Emily's hair. The bleach blonde looks like it was it didn't look like it was professionally done. It doesn't really fit her complexion as well, but it is what it is. So she tries on dresses, and her sister is what she calls a Debbie Downer. I feel like her sister is looking out for her and being very protective, but if you're gonna invite me wedding dress shopping, I can't come with my sour mood and stuff like this. Like, you have to be in high spirits if you want to take part in things like that. But it seemed like they were able to come together and act like loving sisters. But it seems like they're gonna move up the wedding, so hopefully by next episode we see a wedding or something like that. Next we have Robert and Annie. So Robert and Annie, his sister, go to meet his brother, which I don't remember the names. And I feel like Robert's brother was very, very rude and out of order. Because, like, I can understand, like, oh, my brother's gotten hurt before. I don't want him to have a girl that's using him or something. I'm interested in his best interest. I could totally understand from a sibling point of view, but I feel like you're not holding your brother accountable, because what Annie's saying, it seemed like he was dismissing. And I felt like Robert's sister had to back up Annie and be like, make it make sense. Like, how are you telling me not to bring clothes that you're going to take me shopping, and then you bring me to a thrift store? I felt like he was just not giving her the ability to prove herself to be a good person. I felt like he was making assumptions, and he was not necessarily accusing her, but something to that same magnitude. And obviously Annie, typical Annie, she's very defensive. She has an attitude now. She was trying to be nice in the beginning. And what got me heated is when they were talking about, oh, I don't think I'm cheap, I'm conservative, and we don't know what you're doing, and things of that nature. You could be running around these streets. And I was just like, first of all, 1 month before she was supposed to come here, you tell her you have 2 more children on top of the 3 children you already have, which is a big deal for somebody, especially for somebody who's ready to leave their life somewhere to come to you. So let's stop there, which his brother didn't say nothing. When your brother's lying on his kids. Anyways, they let that go. Then he was just like, oh, you think my brother had a lot of kids? I have 7 kids, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, unless you're in a loving, happy relationship and all your 7 children are taken care of, which I highly doubt that, the way he was agreeing with Robert, you can't talk and say nothing. This girl, she's 30, 31. She has no kids. I'm sure she would prefer a man with no kids. She's willing to date a man with 3 kids. Now this man has 5 kids. What do you expect her to think? Just like Robert could be conned, Annie could be conned too, because Robert is poor, he's cheap, and he cannot provide for all his children, let's be honest, including a new wife. So they need to really make that make sense, because they were garbage. Garbage people. Okay, so next we're going to do Mike and Natalie. So Mike and Natalie seem all the way over. She doesn't love him, but I guess she was pressuring him to have her baby, leave her pregnant in Ukraine, and she'll come there when she comes there. I'm confused with Natalie. She seemed a little cuckoo. She's acting like a kid. Mike looks like he's done with the situation. He's frustrated. He's not all there. He just wants to go at this point. Natalie is very, very wishy-washy. First she's like, okay, you can go. And then she's like, wait, I'm coming. Oh, you don't want to kiss me? You don't want to hug me? She got mad when he had said, like, you're acting childish. I'm, like, leaving. And it seems like it's whatever. And she got in her feelings, and she was just like, bye. And he left. They left with no interaction. He comes home, explains the situation to his uncle, and at this point, I think they need to let it rest. You got the ring back, great. You guys need to move on with your life. You guys weren't together long enough in order for you guys to even think about starting a family, much less having her come here. I feel like you guys would, the problems you had were so major and so important in a relationship to establish where you guys stand that I didn't see it working, and it didn't seem like there's going to be a lot of compromising amongst the two. So I'm happy they're over. So we have Blake and Jasmine. Blake. I don't think Jasmine likes your friends, nor do I think she's going to ever like your friends. So it's Blake's friend's birthday, and he obviously, he was having a birthday dinner, and then they're going to go out and party. Well, obviously, that being Blake's friend, he's like, okay, me and Jasmine are going to come. He gets ready, and he's like, okay, Jasmine, ready. Let's go. And she's like, do we have to go to our birthday dinner? And I'm like, what do you mean, do you have to go? He's like, that's my best friend. Everyone expects us to be there. Well, can't we go after to the other, like the part 2 of the party? I just want us to hang out. And I was like, Jasmine, he's going to be your husband. You're going to have every single day to hang out with him. This is his best friend's birthday. It comes once a year. I would feel cheesed if my best friend ditches my birthday, not because of like an emergency or a real reason, but because, well, my man said that he wants only us to have dinner. I would have got cheesed. So he's kind of in his feelings, but he's like, okay, fine, we'll do that. They get to the restaurant. Now she has a problem with his drinking. She does not want him to drink at all. This is not like, can you drink like a little bit, or can you not drink around me? She's like, why are you even bothered drinking? So that gets him mad, because it's like almost like he has to ask permission. He's begging to get a drink when he's a grown adult, and she was just like, okay, you can have one, but you can't get a kiss. And I'm like, girl, you don't need to be making out with him, no tongue in mouth type of thing. You don't need to be tasting what's on his breath, but like, you can't give him a 1-2 peck? Apparently not. So they get into an argument, and then she's like, you know what, I don't like I'm not liking the vibe, I'm not in a good mood, I just want to go to my sister's. And I'm just like, there you go, that's where you always wanted to go. So Blake gets mad and goes, fine, you know what, go, because she doesn't really want to go to this party. And even though Blake wants her to be a part of the friend group, I feel like Jasmine's not making an effort, so it's just not gonna happen, Blake. Um, so then he calls her an Uber, and she goes to her sister's house and she explains the situation. And I feel like, I don't know, I don't know if you want to call it antisocial or like loner behavior, but it just seems like she doesn't want to do anything. And I don't know, if I was in a new country, a new city, I'd want to try to like interact and talk with people. I don't feel comfortable having my man being the only man I know here, the only person I can talk to or come to. Having her sister there is good, but like you want to make other friends too, but I don't know, it doesn't, she seems very cold and dead inside. And then last but not least, we have Michael and Angela. So Angela is still really confused as to why Michael got denied, and she decides to see if she can just step foot in the embassy. I figured she could not just like walk in the embassy just and say like, I'm American, I want to talk to somebody. I don't think it works that way. And I was correct. She got turned away. They decide, well, I guess they got invited to Michael's aunt's house, and then I guess Angela had promised his mom that like she would buy her a microwave because it's customary to buy a gift. But I'm like are we talking like, what is the range? Because kitchen appliances is pretty high on the list of gift if you're not part of a bridal shower or wedding type of thing. I can do candles, I could do a bouquet of flowers, but that seems like a very, very big gift. So they're bargaining, they're trying to bargain for like a good price for the microwave, and then Michael says, well, I need to go get my aunt something, so I need to get her the kettle. Throws that into, which I'm like, Michael, you really need to get a job. You can't have Angela taking care of you. This is foolishness. So then they end up getting the 15,000 naira for the microwave and the kettle, and they bring it to the family. The family mentions that like, hey, I know Michael was denied the K1 visa, what are you guys doing? And then Michael blurts out, well, she could get married here, but she doesn't want to because of her family. And I knew Angela was going to get pissed. I was like, Michael, you can't tell people your business, especially something that like Angela doesn't want to do. She doesn't want to have your family members on her case about getting married in Nigeria when she told you she didn't want to. Anyways, Michael opened up Pandora's box, and then his uncle or something was just like, so if this doesn't work out, maybe Michael needs to go find a girl in Nigeria to start a family with. And he was just like, and everyone, I was just like, come again? Like, run that shit back. I'm like, Angela is not for it. I already could tell in the next episode she's going to get mad about something, which is not surprising. But anyways, that concludes the recap of 90 Day Fiance Season 7, Episode 11. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
I'm just a dumb cunt, fucking sick and tired of it. Maybe I could front look, maybe I could buy a zip, maybe I get fucked up. Next time I could save some. Why it's gotta be like this? Why it's gotta be that way? Put it inside. Feel so rise up, banging on that loud.